Have you ever tried to explain something and not have the right word to describe whatever it is you're trying to explain? Well, the creator and also the researchers of the universal model ran into this same problem when they were trying to describe the processes that they were observing in nature, but didn't have the right word to describe whatever it is that they were observing. What did they do to fix that problem? I'll tell you coming right up. Hey everyone, Laramie here with you, Emmer. So tell me, what would you do? What would you do to be able to fix the problem of not having the right word to describe whatever it is that you're trying to explain to someone else so that they understand you? Well, the creator and also the researchers of the universal model, first, probably what any of us would do would go to the dictionary to try to find the right word that would describe whatever it is you're trying to explain. The dictionary and encyclopedias printed copies because when the research for the universal model began in the early 90s, the internet didn't exist. So we couldn't just go do an internet search for the right processes. They went to the library. These processes, or the words for these processes, just didn't exist. So what did they do? They created their own words. See, that's right. So in volume 1, there are at least 6 new words that they have created in order to describe the processes that they were observing for these new models. All right, word number 1, hydroplanet. A hydroplanet is a planet that was made from water. Currently, modern science teaches that once upon a time there was nothing. Then, after this nothing, there was a big bang. From the Big Bang came matter, flying throughout the universe. As matter came in contact with other matter, it stuck together through a process they call accretion, which is the accretion theory, until so much of it stuck together that it formed large planets like Saturn or small planets like Mercury, as well as other moons in our solar system. With the new hydroplanet model, the evidence is overwhelming that the Earth that we live on, along with all other celestial bodies in space, originally formed from water. Water is the primordial matter. This new model required the term hydroplanet. Hydro meaning water, so essentially a water planet. Word number 2, hydrofountain. A hydrofountain is a phreatic or steam explosion of superheated water ranging in size from small to extremely large. Water from under the surface of the Earth is heated by the frictional heating process along fault lines. When liquid water turns to steam, it is 1,700 times the volume at sea level than when it is a liquid. So as water expands under pressure, it explodes out from the surface of the Earth where there is less pressure. The geysers at Yellowstone are small hydrofountains. Mount Pinatubo is an example of an extremely large hydrofountain, or in other words, a hydrovolcano. Here's an example of what a hydrofountain looks like thousands of years after its initial explosion, leaving a hydrocrater. Word number 3, hypertherm. Hypertherm is the environment in which minerals grow. They took 3 words and combined them into one. Hy meaning hydro or water, pre meaning pressure, and therm meaning thermal or heat. A hypertherm. To grow minerals, the recipe requires hot water and pressure, but it also requires a mineralizer and a gas. The book goes into detail how they created a hypertherm in the lab using an autoclave and grew quartz. Here is an image of a hypertherm. The pressure comes from the deep water. The heat comes from the frictional heating along fault lines. We find deep water in our oceans, so why do we find these minerals all over the surface of the Earth where there is dry ground? It's in the book, and if you'd like, I can make another video on that later. Just put it in the comments below if you'd like me to. Word number 4. It's kind of like hypertherm, only hyquotherm. This is also a word that is a combination of 3 other words. Hy meaning hydro or water, qua meaning earthquake, and therm meaning thermal or heat. A hyquotherm is an earthquake-heated water system in the crust that generates pressure systems in the atmosphere that change the weather. With this wisdom, you now know more than the weather guy knows on the news. This is where the low and high pressure systems come from that change our weather. The weather guy, he can just see it coming from really far away because of satellites. You now know where they come from. Word number 5, Endo Vaporization. Endo Vaporization is the rapid vaporization and release of subcrustal liquid water into the atmosphere. Huh? All right, let me rephrase that so that we all understand. Endo Vaporization is when underground water turns into steam really fast, comes out of the ground and into the air. This is actually part of the Hypertherm. Endo meaning internal or within. In this case, within the ground or in the surface of the earth. Vaporization is the process of a liquid changing to a gas or vapor, so when water turns to steam. Vaporization can be a slow or a rapid process. The sun is one heat source that turns liquid water into a gas. The other heat source is the frictional heating in a hypertherm. The rapid vaporization process of the hypertherm is endo vaporization. Word number 6, Omni Vaporization. Omni meaning all, and vaporization meaning the process of going from a liquid to a vapor or gas. The UM needed a term to describe all of the natural vaporization processes occurring on the earth. A term that includes evaporation, transpiration, endovaporization, sublimation, and any other water vaporization process that affects the atmosphere, including the addition of water vapor from space. These all can be included in the term Omni Vaporization. All right, folks, so there you have it. At least 6 new words that will become a regular part of your vocabulary the more you read the UM and the more the UM gains traction in the science community. As a bonus, I'll throw in one more word. This word is pseudo theory. A pseudo theory is a false theory taught as fact. An example of a pseudo theory is magma in the center of the earth. Nobody has ever seen magma. Nobody has ever proven that magma exists beyond a shadow of a doubt or with any empirical evidence, but they still teach it as if it was a fact. Pseudo theory was created by the UM back in the 90s, but there are a few individuals that, out of the billions that live on Earth, that seem to have used this word before. So it is debatable whether the UM was the first to come up with the word. However, I will say that the definition, the UM definition of the word pseudo theory, a false theory taught as fact, will become common knowledge throughout the world through the process of time because of the UM. If this is your first time here, or if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. There are many things that I would love to do, but YouTube limits those options to channels with a certain number of subscribers. The next step is to get to 100 subscribers. Please help me to do so by subscribing below. Also, please feel free to share this video with all your friends and family. My first and foremost purpose of this channel is to promote or to spread the word about the universal model. This is too important not to say anything about it. Then, I hope to be able to get you excited about these new scientific discoveries that will change your life. Then, I want to be able to point you in the direction so that you can learn these truths for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.